Hey, everybody. Thank you and welcome back to the TMG podcast. I'm TJ Norris. Over here, we got my man, James.
How are we?
Mr. Mitchell Mullis.
Hey, how's it going today?
And a special guest with us, Mr. Spencer Harrell.
Sir.
Spencer.
Thanks for joining us, man. We'll get to him in 1 second. Guys, today we're going to talk about the TMG Guide To Homeownership Part 5, which is going to cover
Making an offer. We're going to talk about negotiations, I think. Yes.
All right. Yep.
And what goes into a negotiation, price points, and stuff like that. This will probably be a 3-week-long kind of deal here because there's so much to dive into here that, needs to be talked about. And we want to break it down to the simplest of the simple.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But first,
Don't do it.
I got a joke.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah. You're not going to get this one, okay? What do sprinters eat before a big race? Anybody?
I have no clue on
No
that.
idea.
Nothing. They fast.
That was great.
That's
good.
pretty
good.
fantastic.
I like it.
All right.
I like it.
That was even better.
Let's kick it to Spencer here. Spencer, been in real estate
Year and a
your
half.
second year and a half.
Yes, sir.
Going on your second year. His first full year as a single agent. He did some remarkable things. $6.7 million
Yes, sir.
in volume.
$6.7 million.
That's crazy. Young guy, just getting into it, just scratching the surface, and comes his first year and does $6.7 million. I know agents in their 20th year that don't do $6.7 million.
It was a nonstop year. It really was, and it took a lot. But I mean, I set that goal initially at $6 million, and a couple of people have said like that's absolutely ridiculous. There's no way you can be at that number, and I just kind of didn't stop until I got it.
Hey,
Nice job.
We've heard naysayers too.
right.
We just keep trucking past them, right?
That's right.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell me a little bit about you.
Sure.
Tell everybody about you.
Yeah, so I went to school and graduated college in 2017, and kind of went off and went the whole 9-to-5 business route, and decided pretty quickly that I did not want to do that. I knew there was way more opportunity out there, and it was a lot more potential for earnings. And I looked into real estate, and honestly fell in love with it immediately. I got my license in October of 2019, and set that goal for $6 million, probably November of that year, and then January 1, it was a nonstop until I hit it, and actually exceeded that goal. And 2021 is going to be even bigger.
And we're back again.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. Lexington City wood chipper back here going to town.
How much wood would a wood chipper chip if your podcast was going on? Say that 3 times
15 minutes worth.
I'd say enough.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
All right,
it
so
was
let's
loud
get back with Spencer.
Mr. Harrell here. So $6.7 million. We talked about consistent work, consistent follow-up. Let me ask you this. Now, we're a real estate team, and our views come from being a real estate team. You're an individual agent, and I tip my hat off to you because, man, it's tough.
It really is. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit with the $6.7 million, what goes into that as a single agent?
So having good lead sources, that was kind of the main thing that allowed me to get that much volume.
Yeah.
So I know you guys have talked about it before, but Zillow, that's where I got a good amount of my leads from, and as well as just the referral base from, a couple of those were past clients. By the end of the year, I did get referrals from previous clients, and then also just family.
Yeah,
Really pushing that.
And being by yourself, it's big with us, because I really teach. And you're by yourself, and you hadn't had a whole lot of real estate training and stuff like that when you started into this thing. I'm big on converting real estate, because if you go to Zillow, you got to learn how to convert them.
Correct.
Did you have any fail forward moments there?
I would say so. I mean, I took that initial bite of paying for those leads, and I knew it was going to be a risk, but I knew if I could close at least 2, it would be more than worth it. And I mean, I was averaging at least 3, if not 4 per month. So those leads were definitely worth it, and kind of just staying on top of them, following up, and making sure that they were served to the best of my ability.
So you don't have leads provided to you where you are, right? You do it all on your own. 100%.
Correct. I source my, yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. And my biggest thing with Spencer, I don't ask just anybody to come on the podcast. If I ask you to come on the podcast, you're up here with me. So I appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely.
But I think one of the things is you're a young guy. You graduated college 2017, did the whole business world thing. Man, do you have any problems being so young and relating to people, or people like older couples buying houses?
Every once in a while, but I mean, with the confidence, it kind of just comes and they kind of don't even really sweat it. I mean, I had like one or two people question me, like, "Oh, how long have you been in the real estate industry?" And we didn't click anyway, so it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
But most people, if you're confident enough, you're gonna be able to pull it off.
But man, first year in real estate, young guy coming out, $6.7 million in volume. That's crazy. He's probably going to double that this year.
That's the plan. Yeah. Actually, more than that. But
yeah, there you go. Questions, guys, for Spencer?
Yeah, going back to, I guess the youth of it or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't get that question a whole lot. I guess it's because I got gray in my hair.
Yeah.
Is that why?
You look like a pawpaw.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
an angry pawpaw, but no, I'm just kidding.
No, but can you kind of elaborate on that? So if there are some other young folks out there looking to get into real estate,
sure.
How do you combat that, I guess, stigma of not knowing what you're doing because you're young?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, it's definitely, studying. So I did a lot of studying like about the industry and like about the market. So I did sound very educated whenever I was speaking to people.
Yeah.
And being young, I think also you have plenty of advantages because you're more tech savvy. You can do a lot of things like texting and things that a lot of these older agents and agents that have been around for years and years that are definitely not comfortable with. And that's kind of a lot of my clients were younger in their 20s and 30s, and I were able to text them at 10 o'clock at night. And it's some people might say it's not professional, but it's like, we're communicating. That's how you go.
That's kind of the new era, though.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't mind what time it is. That's how I communicate with everybody else. So I want to communicate with you that way.
And that's a good point because the people buying houses now are Spencer's age.
Correct.
That 24 to 30 age group there. By the way, can you teach TJ how to text? No, I'm just kidding. That's an old man joke. Sorry.
I'm like the most tech savvy on the panel right here, maybe other than him.
I'm the worst.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
But, and looking at things from a perspective as a single agent too, and I think what you're trying to say here, and you don't even realize you're saying it, and this is Sales 101. If you want your first business sales rule or technique from Mitch Mullis here it goes, is you become an expert.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. That will override anything you ever do as far as age or anything like that. Because I kind of dealt with the same stuff, coming in and stuff like that. How long have you done this? How long have you done it?
Yeah.
And, I didn't know a whole lot at the time, but I know enough to, make me sound like I did.
Yeah. Well, it's always good when somebody does ask me that, and I say, really? Full-time? About a year? They're like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And all of that is really how I carry myself and having presence in conversation,
Becoming an expert.
That's it.
James, you got anything for Spencer?
Man, I think you took all my questions.
Well, daggone.
All right. Yeah. Jeez.
Well, good. Well, Spencer's going to stay on with us. He's going to hop on the topic of the Mullis Group Guide to Homeownership number 5, and it is negotiating an offer. And I'm going to throw it back to Mr. Foster down there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Mr. Foster is one of the best negotiators or getting deals done when it comes to writing offers and stuff like that. So, James, what's the first thing you think about when you go to make an offer?
Man, there's a lot that goes into it. I look at, first of all, once you find that perfect home like we talked about last week and you got people that are ready to go, then it's on you to really tell them what your professional opinion. Ultimately, it's their decision, but they're going to rely on you for the expert decision. So if perfect example, this week we looked at a house that was listed at $159. And they said, do you think that we can buy this for $159? And my answer was, not in this market. No way.
Not today, bucko.
Not today. What I do, I try to do some homework, man. I look at the properties. I look at what's selling around it. I run some numbers and just really try to go above and beyond for my clients. So, and I know how the market is right now. I think we were talking earlier, you said it was like 105% above purchase price.
105%.
Yeah, that's on average. So that means you've got some 110, 107. So that's on average that homes are selling 105% more than what it's listed for.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Do you want to dig deeper into?
Yeah.
All right. So if I did one against 16 other offers in Greensboro about a month ago now, and it was insane. The house, we were there was other people kind of on top of us. It almost felt like an open house.
Yeah.
But so the lady said, hey, I want this house, make it happen. So I ran some numbers, saw what was going on in the neighborhood, and I told her, I said, look, we're going to have to be at about, probably 10% above what they have it listed for. Are you comfortable with that? First of all, it's going to change your payment a little, but not that much. And she said, I want the house. You tell me what to do, and let's do it.
Yeah. So, and I'll tell you this. It goes, I think I would even go back. Do you guys remember what the number one step was in the Mullis Group Guide to Homeownership?
Having the right agent.
It was having the right agent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes back to this. And this is a very, very uncomfortable. That's pretty good, Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnson's still back there, guys. Thank you to Johnson Co-Production. Hey, thanks for Mandy letting us come back here at Second and Main.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. But it's a very, very uncomfortable situation and conversation that you have with a buyer when they're pre-approved at 220 and you tell them we'll probably have to look at 200s.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way the market is right now.
Yeah.
But finding that right agent, here's the thing: if we're worried about doing the best job for our clients, then we've got to have this upfront conversation. Tell them what the market is, and I always tell my guys, "Hey, we're going to do the best job we can to get you the best price we can," and we always do. But just know what the market's doing. Here's the market. So if we're here at 220, it may take 232 to get a home. You know, depending on what it's like.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Yeah. That is a tough conversation. And I lead out with, hey, guys, this is a tough conversation. Like, literally.
That's a good way to start.
Really dug deep for that one, didn't you?
All right.
No.
What else you got?
Because it's a tough conversation because what I'm doing, it kind of looks like I'm playing with your money because I'm not the one buying this place. I'm not the one putting up due diligence that could possibly be lost if something happens, So, again, high due diligence, talking about that, talking about purchase price. It is a tough conversation in this market. But still, if you start telling them what the market is, you get them prepared. Whenever that time comes that they find the right house, they're ready to go.
They're ready. So many times you see agents, oh, I'm going to do this for you, do that for you. And that's great. That's what you're supposed to do. But you also need to point them to the market. 3 years ago, I was getting people $10,000, $15,000 off homes, getting their closing costs paid for, everything. And we're still doing that today in some cases, but it's just very few and far between. Spencer?
Yeah, I would say piggybacking up for that due diligence money, really whenever you are showing the house, you got to know your stuff with like what's going to show up in the inspection report. I mean,
there you go.
I can walk into any house and I'm going to see or find basically probably 90% of the things that would be found in the inspection report. Any type of structural issues, I've got a pretty good eye for that. I'd even take a look in the crawl space.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I've avoided one house actually. A buyer was about to put an offer in. We looked in the crawl space, saw 2 termites literally crawl out it. And I was like, sorry guys, we're not going to be able to. I mean, if we can, but it's going to be a huge risk. And we obviously decided not to.
And that's the thing. Like we've been in houses with people too, and like, look, guys, I'm gonna take my realtor hat off for a minute. Yeah. Let's get out of here. This isn't the one for you. Yeah. You really have to look. Why it's important to know this stuff because lenders very frown upon this stuff.
Yeah.
So that's another. Anything else?
I mean, that's really. I mean, definitely like pulling the comps to see like, okay, how does this house price point compare to the other houses that have sold in the neighborhood, and make sure that you are going to be coming in at an accurate number. Because even if this house is listed at 220, like you were saying, it could easily sell for 235 or more. Yeah,
and we're seeing a lot of people bring extra money if the home doesn't appraise.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me. But hey, it's the market we're in.
That's right.
James, I've got a question for you.
Sure.
When's the last time you negotiated a lot of closing costs into a deal?
It wasn't this year. I don't think I've had any deals.
I don't think we did some of it.
Well, listen, what we're trying to say, again, with this market, closing cost has now been something that we've kind of had to forego with our clients.
And that's a conversation I have whenever we start talking. There's a lot that goes in this. So Mitch said we're going to do 3 weeks. I guess we're going to break it down. But there's a lot that goes in. First of all, what are we qualified for? And that's our pre-approval. So are we shopping in the right range? Like you said, maybe we need to look at a 200 if we're a 220 or 230 buyer. And then can we pay our own closing costs if it comes to that? Now, I've written offers that said, hey, I'll give you 230 on this 220 and we want 5,000. And then you might get in a counter offer situation. And if you know that your clients can, or if they can't. So if they can't, then that always plays into what do I start at? You know?
I guess the better question is, when was the last time you won a bid?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
With having the closing costs paid, it's been a little while. It's just, I think it's a product of the market. I mean, it's because the problem is you may have 5 other offers that are competitive with you, and then one of those may be no closing costs and you're asking for it.
Yep.
And you have to do what you have to do to win these multiple offer bids.
Yeah, and it's kind of instilled in us. We're going to try to get you the best deal.
Oh, yeah.
And we want to negotiate that in there.
Free home warranties, everything.
But if you can't get it done, if they want the house, You know,
Your hands
you gotta-
kind of tied
you
with
gotta
the
do it.
market, but hey, we're still doing our best job. I know Tanya got a deal where she got $9,000
There you
worth
go.
of closing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Paid for in a multiple offer situation.
Oh, wow.
And we won it, and she just closed on it last week.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
I never.
that's really good.
I never not try.
Yeah,
I
you always
try
try.
everything. I try, get you a free home warranty. I'm going to try everything in my power to do the best I can. It's just kind of where you get
Yeah.
thrown into.
So I think the first step in negotiating an offer, honestly, is a call to the other agent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because
Building rapport with them.
yeah,
that's huge.
rapport, and not only that, because when you call this agent, Spencer, you're a listing agent.
Yep.
I call you and say, Spencer, hey, Mitch with the Mullis Group, any offers on 123 Main Street?
Yeah, we got 3 right now.
Oh man, see, that totally changes everything that we were going to do. Now, if he says 0, Spencer, you got any offers?
No, we don't right now.
No, well, shoot, I'm going to try to get you the best deal I can possible. I'm going to try to bully daggone Spencer over here
Yeah.
and get a good
Bring it.
deal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I represent the seller.
So, but it totally changes. So I think the first step in negotiating an offer is to call. And I've kind of changed my approach. I used to be able to leave the showing first and then call. I think now it's a call while you're sitting there if they're interested. We need to go ahead and make sure how many offers are on here, what's the cutoff date, and even, hey, Spencer, your clients, what terms matter to them?
I like the quick close, really.
Yeah. You get a lot of agents. And, I follow Ben Kinney a lot. Ben Kinney, I learned this about Ben Kinney. He told me if your accountant don't want to work for you to try to get you this deduction, to fire him, okay, because he's not a good accountant.
That makes
So
sense.
if you've got a buyer agent that doesn't want to fight for you and ask uncomfortable questions like, are there offers? What would it take to take it off the market? I got one last week, and I don't work with buyers much anymore. I got one because you guys were on vacation. I had to go show everyone. And it happened. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, anyway, they had an open house scheduled. Before I left that house, I had a deal done and an open house canceled.
That's awesome.
Because you can't be scared to ask. Just like Ben said about the accountant, fire him if they don't work for you. Well, if you're afraid to ask, what's it going to take?
Yeah.
Can we get this open house? Some agents are nervous and they don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And they're scared. But man, if they're not actually working hard for you to get stuff like this, then
You may need to choose a different one. Yeah.
yeah.
Call me.
All right.
Sorry.
More chainsaws.
Yeah, sorry about the chainsaws in the back. Yeah.
No, it's
We're not in a scary
blower
movie.
now.
Yeah, we're not. That's not Jason Voorhees in the back. So.
Oh, man.
Spencer, first step I say is make a call to the agent. What do you think?
And I would even kind of add to it, I've even called the listing agent prior to showing the house because 9 times out of 10, it's the first time you're seeing the house and it's the first time I'm seeing the house too. So we're only going off of the pictures, what's on the disclosures, and maybe there's some agent-only remarks that I'm able to read. But the listing agent's going to be able to tell you a lot more about the house because they've obviously been there a couple of times, so you can kind of get maybe a better idea of the layout, and then also still bring up that conversation about the offers and what they currently have on the tables. So when the buyers do like the house, you're already prepared with the information from the listing agent.
You're prepared. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
like that.
That's good. So call the agent. And there's several things that go into this, but we're going to walk you through all of it because we got nothing else better to do but listen to wood chippers and talk about real estate.
That's what we're here for.
So, hey, thanks for coming on, Spencer. We really
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
man.
We're going to jump into some TJ's trivia, and I'm going to give you a piece of paper there.
Here, you can have my pen.
And then you can have TJ's pen. Now, don't let
Mitch,
James
what's the
see your-
record here? What's the record here?
I'm like dominating.
I don't think domination is the word.
Yeah, nation of domination right here. I won last time, right? Or you won? You won James with James.
I don't keep up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm like, who knows? But I'm gonna win today.
Okay.
Bring it.
Well,
So-
we'll see. Question number 1. You ready?
No. Let's back
Hang
up for
on,
just a
hang on.
second.
Do we
Just a
have
second.
a
Hey,
topic or anything here?
No.
Okay.
I don't even know if I can say that. Listen, here's the deal. Let's back up. Why do we play trivia? Because it's fun, number one. But hey, we're going to give you listeners out there a chance to win a $25 gift card.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There it
Heck
is.
yeah.
So all you got to do is like it, share it, and comment who you think is going to win. And if that person wins, you're in a drawing to win a $25 gift card.
Too bad.
So,
Awesome.
hey, share it. Okay, and question 1, TJ's trivia. For those you don't know, TJ's a former history teacher,
I guess.
Instructor.
instructor.
I like that sound.
Yeah, he's an instructor of life. That's what I would say. All right. He's actually our head instructor on our team and helps with the training and really does a great job. And,
I appreciate that.
And he's an instructor of life.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. Deep. Well, we're gonna
Mr.
start
Miyagi.
I wouldn't go that far.
We're gonna start with a sports question. Okay.
All right.
Let's do within 2 years. Okay. Whoever can get who can get it or get the closest.
Okay.
We'll get the point. What year was the first Super Bowl played? I thought that was a solid one.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. A little geography here.
Uh-oh.
One of my favorites. Which Italian city is famous for its leaning tower?
2 for 2. I don't even know if that's Italy. Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's Spain.
What I wrote down?
No, I'm kidding. Oh, man.
I know what it's called. The Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so cancel that question.
All right. Yeah,
Hold on a
cancel that one.
Maybe I just talked myself into it. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Next.
All right.
Maybe we should have another.
What does the F stand for in FBI?
I thought that question was going somewhere else. I'm sorry.
Mitch needs lunch.
Yeah, he does.
I've not ate anything today. Sorry.
Do we have that one?
Yep.
All right. So we're going to have to do, what, one more?
Yes.
Since
Give
he
us another one. He gave us number 2.
Was it Pisa?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was Rome.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah.
What in the world
Oh
is
my
going
gosh.
I didn't even know if that was really what it was called.
Oh
I thought it
my-
was just like pizza for Italy. Is that where pizza come from?
on? Gosh.
Sorry about that,
TJ,
guys.
save us here.
Hey, man, I'm high on life today. I love it. So
Yes, you are.
if you don't laugh, hey,
What good is it?
yeah.
That's all right.
I always tell people, if as long as you're not 6 feet underground, man, it's a good day.
Heck yeah.
So it's a blessing. Let's
TJ.
go ahead and get my win here.
Okay. I'm honestly, I had it here. Still trying to find it.
By the way, if you listened last week, Jams with James was going to happen,
Had a little malfunction.
but he broke his guitar. So
yeah.
he smashed
Well, I
it.
didn't really smash it out. I went to tune it and broke a strings, and I have to have it
Yeah.
all 6
Okay.
to make it work. So
Here we go. I finally found it.
Yep.
Which state is called the volunteer state?
Oh, that's easy. Had an offer from them.
we're gonna need a tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker, was that way too easy?
Yeah.
We're probably gonna need a tie. No, I don't know. I probably won't get number 1.
I'll
Let's just
probably
go
get
for it.
number 1.
We're working on a tiebreaker in case we need it.
All right. Let's
Yeah.
go over the answer. So when was the first Super Bowl played, Mr. Norris? James, what you got?
Man, I just guessed like 1950. I don't know.
That's wrong.
1961
Thank
is
you.
what I went with.
I put 64.
It's 67.
God, way off.
There's your boy.
Mitch with one.
There's one.
Loser.
Okay, so everybody's scratching and clawing for this answer.
It's Pisa.
Oh, the Leaning Tower of Pisa is correct.
Yep, sorry
Pizza.
about
And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
what does the F stand for in FBI?
that. Federal?
Federal.
Federal?
Said federal.
God, that was softball.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you would say that.
Well, I mean, some people don't
Nah,
know.
it was
man.
good. It was good. It was good.
Yeah. What was the last one?
The last one's the
The
volunteer state.
What is the volunteer state? What you got down there?
Johnson's the only 10
Tennessee?
I see. Tennessee.
Did Tennessee what? Arkansas?
What?
Huh?
Did you get it? Did Tennessee what? Arkansas?
Oh, yeah. What, Arkansas?
Like Arkansas.
Because
the
they're
state.
beside each other.
Are we saying that Mitch just won again because of his
Yeah.
What'd you get?
number 1?
I got.
Wyoming, Spencer? I mean, you've been in school. I mean, are you kidding me?
I wasn't thinking sports whenever you said volunteer. I was like, okay, yeah, now that makes sense. But
He knows just a lot of good-hearted people volunteer in Wyoming.
There's like 4 people in Wyoming. All great people.
But they'll all help you put up a shed.
Awesome.
probably will.
oh, man.
Probably will.
The volunteer
good
stuff.
Oh man.
So, hey,
All right, so Mitch got a dub.
Yeah. Stupid Super Bowl.
Trash. It's all right.
Awesome.
All right,
Awesome.
Spencer, well, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot,
Blast.
Spencer. We learned a lot, really, honestly.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
doing great, man. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Yeah, and all you young agents out there, you know, I mean, he's just showing you
You can be
put in
done.
the time and the effort, the consistency. and the want to.
Yeah, you're killing it, man. That's awesome.
That's good.
That's awesome,
Good
man.
job, man.
Thank you.
Super proud of you. Guys, join us next week. What's next week? Next week.
We're going to dive a little deeper into
We're gonna
negotiations
dive a
and
little deeper.
maybe
That's
like
it.
a due diligence fee, earnest money fee, closing
Closing
dates.
costs.
How do
closing
we
costs.
win when there's 30 offers on the table?
That's right. That's right.
Hey, I wish he was joking. We've heard that 3 times today.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
So join us next time on the TMG Guide to Home Ownership, Part 6.
Yeet yeet.
See ya.
See ya.